This is crazy because it's a pleasure for me to be joined by a band whose musical journey will never be repeated, and I'll tell you why. They enjoyed huge success on the cusp of the musical landscape, changing forever. From CDs to streaming, no phones at gigs, no social media. It was a passion. You'd line up for albums, start to finish. A magical point in time and a musical journey right here that celebrates 30 years began at Mayfest Arts Festival, Tulsa. Acapella. Fast forward 5 years later, an introduction to music for so many people started right here. Incredible songwriting at a young age. It was hit after hit after hit. Catchy songs, clever hooks, a great live show, and incredible, propelled onto the world stage. And I mean, what a career. Consistent songwriting, an incredible career. And what a story, millions of albums sold. Sold out world tours, 15 releases, bringing joy to musical fans everywhere. We welcome back good friends to Australia and Triple M. Zach, Taylor, Issac, welcome to Triple M Homegrown.
Oh, thank you.
What a generous intro.
I am blushing.
That's good, man. You gotta do the best of the best, you know?
Thank you. Thank you for the full rewind. You know, it's the whole idea of making music, you know, we go back to those beginning years and we would always talk about, like, just think of us as old guys with high voices. We'd say that when we started.
Because we mostly listen to music that old guys listen to.
Yeah, and so it is great. It's been a great tour, and it's great to be here.
But I think that's the key, especially when you're growing up as a songwriting, is to listen to the people who did it the best. And
Absolutely.
I feel like when you guys were growing up, that's when music was at its purest too. Obviously, your parents had a good collection of music. You guys were writing songs at an early age.
Well, we came in earlier, and you were playing some Stones tracks, and I mean the music, the idea of, you know, great pop songwriting for us. You know, we are considered, I guess, a pop band, but we think of pop more in a traditional sense, like writing hooks, right? Writing melodies. I mean, and like really, I mean, if you're Tom Petty, you were writing incredible, you know, pop hooks. If you're you, I mean, even you too, you think about, like, you know, still haven't found what I'm looking for. I mean, these are just melodies. You could reimagine them, and those were our heroes. So I think what you're, you know, you just go back to early Motown and early rock and roll. I mean, that's the stuff that got us wanting to sing and play. So I think also we ended up in a unique spot too, which is that it's kind of luck of timing, which is that you were kind of able to still relate to some of the 50s stuff because it was still on the oldie stations, right? But you were also getting that carryover of, as you said, like people like Tom Petty who were still having hits at that time. So you had legends and new stuff all happening all at the same time. In a way hopefully, that I think, you know, the good song never dies because
That's true.
It can be reinvented, reimagined.
You hope so.
You know, yes, everybody's doing stuff on their laptops. I think GarageBand is starting to be an outdated concept. But, you know, they're like, oh, you mean the app? You know, no. I mean, an actual garage with a band, but yeah, we're thrilled to still to be here this year, and this year's been a great year of touring.
Yeah.
Of course, everybody's back on the road.
Yeah.
But always have a great time in Australia.
30 years, man. Does it feel like time's flown? I remember your first time to Melbourne. We were watching the news.
Three young brothers from America who've become teenage heartthrobs. Take a look at what happened when Hanson made an incredible promotional appearance in Melbourne. Tears, hysteria, people fainting. Remind some people of the 60s. Fiona McKenzie came face to face with the boys who are Hanson.
I mean, your journey is unlike anyone else's. to experience that at such a young age, like people fainting, the lines. I mean,
it's madness.
Do you look back on that now and does it just mystify? Does it feel real? Does it feel like it actually happened to you guys?
I don't think it felt real at the time in a way.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing because, I mean, like, it's look at time generally. You have certain things that seem like they just happened and certain things that feel like a lifetime ago, right? Some things like that was another life. But I think what the strange thing for us is we really did we were looking at Jackson 5, we were looking at Beatles, we were looking at Elvis. Like that was the first thing we heard. So as crazy as it seems, like when that happened, it was almost like, all right, so we're doing the thing we're supposed to do. It was like, it was over the top. It was out of control. It was amazing. It wasn't something you deserved, quote unquote. But we also felt sort of like, all right, so I guess this is what
This is
you know,
what
this
happens
is what
when it
happens
works.
if it works. And
Yeah.
because you'd seen the footage of Elvis, you'd seen the footage of the Beatles, and you thought,
The Beach Boys.
the Beach Boys, and
yeah,
so
yeah.
so that was kind of, I mean, definitely get to live the dream, and really the true sort of like idea of the dream. And for everybody that's making music or thinking about chasing, it's like you fight it out every mile, every year, every week, right?
Yeah.
And everybody doesn't see the grit, you know, and so to be this many years later, and the fans that are camping on the street right now to see it, to be front row, you know, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. You know, it's about that connection, that community. So that's what keeps you coming back.
Unique situations. Zach, I want to play a highlight of you talking about MMMbop.
MMMbop was #1 in 27 countries at the same time. It means that essentially the whole developed world was listening to the same song at the same time and declaring it their favorite song at that moment. It's like, that just doesn't happen. And at least for us, it's like landing on the moon.
It doesn't happen, guys.
No, it's something special, and that's why it's always funny to me. People will say, "Don't you get tired of MMMbop?" And you go, do you get tired of the moon landing? I mean, right, it's not like that. That song, obviously, it's a song we wrote. It's special. The song is very personal. It's about our sort of self-discovery of choosing music over quote unquote being normal, right? Many of our friends were doing sports and going to prom, and we were playing shows and traveling the country, right? But I
we have all the psychology bills.
Psychiatry,
But what
Still
people
putting the puzzle pieces
what
together.
people forget when they think about their personal experience with a song, like I would get annoyed if I heard it 1,000 times, is there's also a million people who have all these memories in life and history. And so when we play that song, people, they revert to that place, that good place, and it fills you with the kind of energy that makes you want to do it over and over again. It's not a burden or something that you're required to do, an obligation. It's kind of like a responsibility to give people that better part of their life back.
I think the fact that we've always written and it's always been our voice, because
helpful.
is hugely helpful just to make a transition from starting super young to having a longer career, because you do have artists that have that breakout early on, and it really is somebody else's sort of idea, and they reach 20 and they're like, now this is the real me. And we actually maybe could have done that even more than we have. Like, okay, this is different. Say this is different, but because we've never felt like we needed to say that. But it's that thing of saying, hey, you know, put out things that you know you can be proud of if 5 people hear them, or if 5 million people hear them. You know,
I think the difference between you guys is you had a real maturity in your songwriting at a really early age. Like, it was consistent. You had a formula, and I feel like a lot of artists don't discover that until it's too late. Maybe they're past their prime. What is it about you guys and songwriting that has it remained the same? Has it changed much?
Well, I mean, hopefully we just get better.
Hopefully we're better at it. I mean, I think the thing that we were always interested in was, and I think it comes from listening to old school rock and roll, right? Is this kind of reference point of, wait, we're writing songs from our gut, from our kind of life experience, but we're really writing songs that are inspired by, I mean, you know, you grow up as a kid reading Shakespeare and things of this nature, and you go like, okay, I'm going to pull these emotional
poetry, telling stories,
things,
you know,
into writing songs, and then songwriters like one of my all-time favorites, if not my very favorite, is Billy Joel, and that was from the get-go. You're like going, okay, this is great songwriting. How do I get as close to this as I can?
I love that.
And so mimicry is as much a part of the writing process as fully, you know, knowing it, because I always joke that, you know, Michael Crichton didn't see dinosaurs, but he knew how to write it.
He told the story.
You know, so you gotta figure out how to tell that story. And I think for us, we just hungered for genuine, honest connection that would hopefully last as long as possible.
I mean, as hard as it is, I think being an outsider is a real benefit, because you get to see yourself sort of outside of the world, and so you're not judging yourself by the normal things that people are doing. And so you know, we very quickly were kind of guys doing something different than our peers, and that played into our music. And when you do it with self-confidence and you say, hey, I'm not like those other people, but that's okay, I think you begin to tap into that adult understanding that, I mean, ultimately we're all on this journey around each other, trying to give to each other, but we have to make our own choices. We have our own free will, and we have to live with that.
I think it's interesting that, you know, MMMbop obviously is this very catchy song, but but the lyrics in the verse, we have so many relationships in this life, only one or two will last. You go through all the pain and strife, you turn your back and they're gone so fast and you're like, wait a second, what?
Every time people rediscover, they're like,
songs like
what have I been singing?
Exactly. No, but songs like Where's the Love, songs like I Will Come to You, songs like We're, all four of those off that first record.
Yeah.
None of them are really love songs in the
not
kind
at
of
all.
in the traditional sense. They're actually, the second one's about, hey, the world's kind of messed up and we got to fix it and got to put more love into it. It's
There's no thong mentions or booty mentions or
yeah, exactly.
But
we were so
exactly.
not edgy.
Hopefully, it is really fun, honestly, to have some history because, for one, we, still in life, relatively young, still have potential of, things you're doing ahead. And so to have a connection with people where we've all gone through things. We've gone through college, maybe started a job, started a family, whatever it is, or you're just getting turned on to the band and you're connecting for the first time on a tour. It's great to have that because you can sort of almost imagine what the future stories can be because you've heard some of them now.
Yeah.
And, you just keep trying to make stuff you're proud of.
What I love about Hanson is there's three parts. Obviously, the writing, recording, and then there's a live. And every time I see you guys play live, you're always doing something fun. I found this from 2009. You're taking on the Simpsons theme.
Yeah.
So it got me thinking. We've got a few popular theme songs in Australia here. And I'm going to rattle out a couple and tell me if you think Hanson can do this live. Now we've got a TV show called Neighbours.
Everybody needs good neighbors.
It's like a Neil Diamond song.
Could Hanson pull this off live?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, I like talking about Hanson as this other item. Like, could Hanson? I don't know about those guys.
All right. What about Home and Away?
Wow, this is an old school theme song.
I think that'll probably go with the Isaac Hanson Ooey Gooey Love song.
I think that would, yeah.
We've got one more iconic one.
There's always a joker in the pack. There's always a lonely clown. And there is a just
Has like a 007
Yeah,
kind
it
of
does. It sounds like
vibe.
a
Yes. What is that last
Agent
one?
Man,
What's the
secret-
show that last one is from?
Yeah, what is that show?
There's a show called Kath and Kim.
Okay.
We'll have to introduce it to you.
Yeah, okay. I mean, those are all very musical sounding.
They're actually
They're
like-
not very jingly.
Yeah, like we're looking back to them, like they're actually quite catchy songs.
Yeah.
Well, we were actually talking about that because in the U.S. there are a couple of very, very famous sitcoms from the 90s, like Full House.
stuff we grew up with, they
and
had like a
Family
real
Matters.
song.
Yeah, and they had these amazing
They do.
theme songs.
Yeah.
Really like top-notch songwriting.
You know, those were both written by the same guy.
Right, and I know, and they're
Yeah.
both great, and they're great. Wow, I mean, just
Yeah.
it literally like it's one of those things where you go like, hey, if you want to study how to write a good song, like chord progressions, and
Family
things like
Matters.
that.
No, it's like,
Family
it's a
Matters is-
rare condition this day and age to read any good news in the newspaper page. Love and tradition and the grand design, some people say, is even harder to find. And then it makes a change. Well, there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls. It's like,
I can hear I can
excuse
hear
me?
everyone outside.
Yeah, man. Half steps and melodies.
but
What a,
chord
what a
changes. This is
concept.
what, like to talk, like do a public service announcement to all people making music on laptops right now. Try and use another chord.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe a second chord.
Maybe a third chord. It is true with the
Other
hip-
than 1, 4, and 5.
the hip hop thing, which is, and the dance thing, which is really addictive. You get it. Rhythm is powerful, but it is kind of like, guys, just a third chord would change everything. So.
I like that advice. See, I feel like you guys are very like kind of, if you're an up and coming songwriter, if they had time with Hanson, I feel like they would learn so much. So guys, what I'm doing to you right now, individually, I want you to give yourself advice from 30 years ago. Okay. All right. So Isaac, I'm going to start from you. I found you some Sinatra music.
All right.
Advice
give
for
some
your
advice.
younger
Advice
self.
for Mike.
Okay.
Yes. Hey, me.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Isaac. It's
Happy
okay.
birthday.
First of all, happy birthday. It's your birthday today. And as a gift to your birthday, I would like to tell you, it's okay. I know that you're 16 and want to do radio, and you have a 16-year-old voice. But when you're 40, you'll have the voice that you want. Don't worry. Be patient.
Well done.
You've only got about 24 years left.
Well done. Okay, Taylor, it's yours. I found you some medical music.
Oh, that's some medical music. Research.
Nice. I like this.
This is like going into the surgical unit.
Yes.
Taylor.
Something motivational.
Oh, wow. It's like,
Yes.
dear
Yields.
Taylor.
Something about yields.
Dear Taylor, like, the pleather pants, take them off, man. Get rid of them. Lose them. They're not going to last. They won't stand the test of time. And that's all I've got for you.
Zach, we're going with you, French music.
French. French. Hello, your French brother. So the thing I want to say to you, young, wonderful Zach, you are the greatest handsome brother. Don't tell anyone I said that to myself.
We're right here.
Yeah. Oh, crap. Sleep. Enjoy the sleep. You won't get much in your 30s. You will have decided to have many children, and though you love them, they will wake you up constantly and make you worry and make you work more because they cost so much money. So just enjoy. Just maybe 12, 14, 16 hours a day. Just take it while you can get it.
Well done. I like that. Thank you so much, Zach. Now, guys, I got one more quick game, and then our very good friend Lauren's going to jump into the studio next. It is called...
On Triple M's Homegrown with Matty O, it's time for...
It's my party or dinner.
This is called Right Party Dinner. I'm going to give you 3 artists. You can write a song with them, you can party with them, or you're going to take them out to dinner. Okay. First act.
AC/DC.
The second act. Billy Joel, Tinkering the Ivory. Third act.
I don't know. You.
So who are we writing a song with, who are we partying with, and who are we taking to dinner?
This is the easiest one ever.
Yeah,
We're obviously partying with AC/DC.
Yeah, of course.
Right, because they are bad. And given the option of those 3 artists, you've got to write the song with Billy Joel.
Of course.
Absolutely.
You guys agree with everything?
Yeah, Alanis Morissette is the only girl available, so she's definitely going to take her to dinner. Yes. Nothing against either of their songwriting or partying abilities. It just seems like we're going to have the best time having some dinner with, the Jagged Little Pill.
That got creepy. My thoughts exactly.
I completely agree with that.
Guys, well done. Hanson, thanks so much.
Absolutely.
For all the latest rock news, interviews, and backstage experiences, don't forget to subscribe to Triple M Rock on the Listener app.